You ever see a black belt point at the cleaning lady and say, "Come on, deaf girl, show us what you got"? Yeah, that happened. 30 seconds before an Olympic gold medalist cleaned house, Ryan Martinez, king of the dojo, ego tied tighter than his black belt, stood there on a Tuesday night, arm outstretched, challenging the woman with the mop. "Fight me," he barked, just loud enough for all 15 students and their parents to hear. "Or are you too scared? Too deaf?" Kesha Washington looked up from her bucket, mop still dripping, like she'd just been summoned from the background. For 8 months, nobody noticed her. She cleaned. She disappeared. She let everyone assume she was lucky to have the job. That night, though, the room went dead silent. Parents fidgeted. Students stared. But none of them knew, least of all Ryan, what kind of storm was about to roll through their little world. Some people choose to be underestimated. And sometimes 30 seconds of truth crash through 3 years of hiding. 2 hours before all that, Kesha did what she always did. Slipped through the back door of Sunset Valley Martial Arts, keys in hand, boots silent on the rubber mats, blending into the smell of sweat and ambition. She had the cleaning routine down to a science: vacuum, mop, wipe, repeat. It paid the rent, kept her moving, kept her from thinking too hard about the stuff she left behind. But truth is, Kesha never just cleaned. She watched everything. Running the vacuum. She clocked the brown belt who telegraphed every punch, the teenage girl with perfect form but a shaky heart, even the subtle fixes Ryan made when no one was watching. She saw the good, the bad, the arrogance, the flickers of impatience. She saw it all. Ryan had skill, no doubt. 3rd-degree black belt, 28, respected by students and trusted by parents. But the way he dismissed some kids, Kesha noticed. The little jokes at someone's expense, the flicker of annoyance when someone didn't pick up fast enough. Tonight, she watched him from the shadows until a car door slammed outside. Maria Santos and her son, 18 years old, bright-eyed, hands flying with sign language, deaf just like Kesha, but way braver at his age. They walked in, and you could see Ryan's face change, not angry, just colder, eyes narrowing. "Mrs. Santos," he called, using the voice people say for when they're about to let you down. Maria asked, "Is everything okay?" Aiden's been looking forward to class all week. Aiden was already on the mat, stretching, oblivious. "Look, this might not be the best fit for Aiden," Ryan said, glancing at the other students. "Martial arts is a lot of verbal commands. Safety calls. Aiden can't hear any of that. It's a distraction." Kesha's grip tightened on her mop. She'd seen Ryan work with the shy kid, the overweight kid, the one who flinched at contact. He'd found ways for them. But he's doing so well. Maria pushed back. He follows visual cues, watches the others. "Mrs. Santos," Ryan said, "this isn't therapy. This is martial arts. Real martial arts. Maybe try a special program for kids like him." That special word hung in the air like poison. Aiden kept stretching, totally unaware. Maria's voice got steelier. "He doesn't need a special program. He needs a chance, same as anyone." Ryan laughed. "The kid can't hear instructions. How's he supposed to defend himself?" Kesha didn't plan it. She just moved 3 steps out, mop still in hand. Ryan spun on her, irritation written all over his face. "Can I help you with something?" She met his eyes, steady, not blinking, then glanced at Aiden, then back. She shook her head, just on C-no. Ryan got louder. "Are you telling me how to run my dojo now?" The whole room stopped. Parents and students stared. Aiden looked up, confused. Kesha held Ryan's gaze. He got redder. "Unbelievable," he said. "Now, the cleaning lady wants to coach martial arts." Some students giggled nervously. Maria looked mortified. Aiden, reading the vibe, clung to his mom's side. Ryan kept going, voice rising. "Lady, I don't know what you think you know, but I've been doing this 15 years. I got credentials. All you've got is a mop." Kesha just stood there, unshaken. Ryan got close, real close. "This isn't daycare. This is serious." But Kesha stood taller, more solid, like she belonged there. Ryan, misreading her, turned to the parents, playing to his audience. "Can you believe this? The cleaning lady thinks she knows more than a black belt. What's next? She run our belt testing. The laughs he wanted didn't come. Kesha just pointed to herself, then to the mat. The message couldn't have been clearer. Ryan's jaw dropped. Are you challenging me? She nodded. He laughed it off at first. She's challenging me. The cleaning lady wants to fight the instructor. But the energy in the room changed. Sarah Kim, a mom in the back, said, maybe just let it go, Ryan. She's trying to help. But Ryan was past reason. She's disrespecting everything we stand for, he said. That's when Kesha stepped right onto the mat. Her sneakers squeaked, her faded jeans and gray t-shirt looking out of place. But her stance said she belonged. Fine, Ryan said. Full contact, no holding back. When I win, you pack up your stuff and leave. Deal. Kesha looked around, caught Aiden's eyes, nodded, and extended her hand. Ryan squeezed hard, but Kesha didn't flinch. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Full class as witnesses, he said, trying to save face. As the room buzzed with whispers, Marcus Chena Sr. Brown belt-watched Kesha. He noticed her hands, the way she balanced, the way she breathed. These weren't the hands of a rookie. Something was up. David Park, Dojo owner, came out from the back, his voice like thunder. What's going on? Ryan tried to play it down, but Marcus stepped up. Sensei Park, Ryan challenged the cleaning lady. Full contact. David blinked, took in the whole room, then walked over to Kesha. You really want to do this? She nodded. You understand the risk? Another nod. He saw something in her Aisa fighter's fire. All right. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Official match. I'll referee. Ryan tried to argue about rules, but David laid it down. My dojo, my rules. No head strikes, no dangerous throws. First to submit or can't continue. Loses. Don't like it? Take it to the parking lot. The stakes were set. If Ryan won, Kesha was gone. If Kesha won, Aiden got to stay in class. No more talk about special programs. That night at home, Kesha pulled out a gym bag from under her bed. Hadn't touched it in 3 years. Inside was a gold medal, Rio de Janeiro 2016, women's judo, first place. She ran her finger over the name. Kesha Washington, Paralympic champion. She thought about her sister, Emma, gone in a motorcycle accident, the phone call that shattered everything. Kesha's own hearing vanished after the trauma, a gift of her grief. 3 years of silence, hiding, blaming herself. But watching Ryan try to shut out Aiden, it was like hearing Emma's voice all over again. Will you always protect me? She couldn't save Emma. She wasn't about to fail Aiden. The next evening, the dojo was packed. Parents arrived early, students lingered. Nobody wanted to miss what was about to go down. Kesha showed up at 6:45, gym bag in hand, trading her work clothes for black shorts and a gray t-shirt, hair pulled back. She looked every inch an athlete. Ryan was already warming up, sharp and showy. David laid out the reless, no phones, no recordings, everything stayed in the room. Aiden sat up front, eyes glued to Kesha, who signed something quick and made the boy light up. On the mat, Ryan bounced, trying to intimidate. Kesha was calm, efficient, smaller, but somehow more solid. They touched gloves. The room held its breath. Ryan attacked, fast and aggressive, throwing punches and kicks, testing her. Kesha never backed up. She moved sideways, balanced, her guard up like a pro. She wasn't running. She was reading him, every twitch, every habit, every tell. First real exchange. Ryan went for a punch, low kick combo. Kesha slipped the punch, caught the kick, then just let it go. Didn't take the easy sweep. Ryan stumbled, off balance, and the crowd started to murmur. Ryan got frustrated, ramped it up, but Kesha's defense was airtight. She flowed around his grabs, always a step ahead. Every so often, she'd let him catch up, just to show she could get away. 5 minutes in, Ryan was sweating bullets. Kesha barely looked warmed up. Then it happened. Ryan, desperate and angry, swung wild full force. Kesha dodged, grabbed his arm, and in one smooth, perfect motion, threw him flat on his back, landing an armbar like she'd done 1,000 times. The room gasped, someone actually clapped. But Kesha didn't break his arm. She just showed him I could. Ryan scrambled up, angry, embarrassed. Lucky shot, but everyone knew it wasn't luck. David, on edge, watched as Ryan's technique fell apart. He went full brawler, swinging and flailing. Kesha absorbed it all, letting him wear himself out. 8 minutes in, Ryan tried a final wild hook. Kesha stepped in, caught his wrist, stopped him cold, one hand on his chest, eyes locked on his. He saw himself in her eyes, not a sensei, just a man lost. She shook her head gently. No more. The fight was over. Ryan, shaking, walked off the mat in silence. For a moment, the whole room just breathed. And then Aiden, that brave little kid, ran onto the mat, signing like crazy, pure joy all over his face. Kesha dropped to his level, signing back, both of them grinning. Ryan, face streaked with tears, managed to say, "I'm sorry." He said it to Kesha, to Maria, to Aiden, to the whole dojo. "Especially you, buddy," he told Aiden. "You belong here more than I do." David called Ryan to sit. Let him be, then turned to Kesha, revealed for who she really was. Marcus stepped forward. "Rio 2016, women's judo, right? That was you." The room buzzed in, Olympic gold medalist in their midst, scrubbing floors for 8 months. David asked why. Kesha answered, quiet but strong. "Everyone deserves to feel strong, to belong. That's why I'm here." Maria wept openly, thanking Kesha for giving her son a place. Kesha turned to Ryan. "You're a good teacher," she said. "But you forgot teaching isn't about being the strongest in the room." Ryan, broken and honest, asked, "How do I come back from this?" Kesha said, "Like everyone learns martial arts. One day at a time." She helped him up. Ryan, humbled, said, "Teach me." Kesha smiled for the first time all night. Everyone starts as a beginner, even black belts. The room finally exhaled. Parents shook Kesha's hand. Students crowded around Aiden, who asked Kesha to teach him how to be brave. She signed back. "You already are. Now let's learn to be strong." Outside, the world spun as usual. But inside, something fundamental had changed. Sometimes the quietest person in a room carries the loudest message. Sometimes strength isn't about who you beat, it's about who you lift up. So here's the question. Who in your life are you underestimating? And what would happen if you finally saw them for who they really are? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What does real strength mean to you? What would you do in Kesha's shoes? Don't forget to subscribe next time. The story might be yours.